landlords are so consumed and caught up with making money today and doing things very cheap. This has now gone through 3 tenants. You guys are able to see the condition of this floor. We've even taken some of this floor and submerged it in water for days because I wanted to test the theory. An extra $300 to $400 a month.
2 years, you get your money back. In today's episode, we're going to make some numbers, but I want to focus, Joe, on the materials that we use to remodel these homes where we are getting investors so they can make their money long term, not only today. So I think that's a big difference. A lot of inexpert investors from other countries, they come and, let's save today. But in the long term, they end up paying way more. People do not think on that. So I always have my notebook. We're going to make some numbers. I'm going to run out of coffee soon. But we're going to make some numbers, and we want to show you materials. And we have some other videos visiting homes before remodeling. This is an almost finished, right, home.
This is like 99.9%.
No, 98.3% the contractor said, right? We are very precise with the numbers.
He was drinking too much hot coffee. Diego's the only one smart drinking cold coffee.
So we're going to make numbers, but we're going to go and check the materials. Let's make some comparisons. I'm going to make some notes. Let's make some numbers and show it so people understand why and how we invest in these niche opportunities in the U.S. because the country is so big. I always said that it has maybe thousands of niches, right? Where to invest. Real estate is not only, I always said, Brickell in Miami, is not the Woodlands in Houston, is not all those sexy homes or apartments, right? So there's too much to do in the affordable housing in the US, and that's where we are investing the money.
So I think in this little segment that we do here, let's really focus and specialize, as you said, on why we do certain things to a home that I would say that most amateur investors miss. So let's start off with this, right? Okay, so here we are in the exterior of the property. You could tell by looking here, right? So what you're gonna see is vinyl fascia and vinyl soffit, and then gutters. Okay, why is something like this so important? Most amateur investors don't really recognize that they're not just there to generate the highest return on their investment, but they got to protect their investment. This is your real estate, and this investment right here is what's going to give you generational wealth. So why wouldn't you protect it properly? So what a lot of amateur investors do is simply discard the things that end up costing a lot of money in the future.
Yep.
On this home here, this was all just recently done. The fascia and soffit were rotting wood. They replaced it. Now, why just simply replace the wood and then not do any sort of protective covering to it? You might look at this and say, oh, wow, this looks really nice. They did gutters. This is all vinyl. Someone looking at it aesthetically, they think this looks beautiful. But the real underlying reason for doing it is we have now protected this from inclement weather, right? Long term. This costs quite a bit, but am I gonna have to replace this in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years? Really, you shouldn't have to, because now we have this protective covering. Whereas if we leave it, you know what'll happen in 5 years? You'll probably start to get a little bit of rot. You might have to put another coat of paint. You probably have to do it several years after that. Sometimes landlords are so consumed and caught up with making money today and doing things very cheap that all they're deferring is the very big expenses into the future. Yep. And then all of a sudden, they're like, wow, they either get a code violation. Most of them don't look at their home and say, I've got rotten wood on the exterior, I should change it. No, typically what happens is they get a violation from the city, from the municipality saying, hey, we're going to cite you, and you're going to have a code violation. Why? Because you have a lot of rotten wood and fascia. And that's usually what prompts landlords to then fix it. But as you wait over the years and it deteriorates and gets worse and worse and worse, just like how money compounds, problems can compound.
Yeah.
So these problems end up compounding and becoming so catastrophic that then those are the investors that we come and say, hey, are you ready to sell? Great,
Yeah.
we'll give you cash for your property. Because they don't do things correctly from the onset, right?
Yeah.
So
and that's one of the things, Joe, that I was gonna say, that in Mexico we're not used to those kind of things, because you don't have community regulations, or you don't have city ordinances that are gonna come and check you and whatever. They don't care. Once you have a house built, whatever, you know. And over here you have home association rules and stuff like that that you have to, you know, follow. If not, you can get citations, or even
Yep.
you can get in trouble, you know, if you don't fix things.
100%. That's the way America works. And here's a funny thing. You know, I've been raised my whole life. You've heard the saying, you could look at the glass half empty or, you know, half full, right? I'm always looking at the positive side. And if you talk to, you know, maybe 8 or 9 out of 10 investors, they get upset. They're like, why is the city on me? Why are they giving me this like violation? Why can't they just mind their own business?
Mm-hmm.
I welcome it.
Mm-hmm.
If I haven't caught something and the city caught it, hey, thank you very much. Thank you for telling me I've got a problem with this home. Because at the end of the day, what investors, some don't realize is this is your bread and butter.
Yep.
This is what generates the income for you. So if a city inspector wants to come and cite you for something that needs to be done, I would say thank you very much. Instead of me paying an inspector, they're doing the job for you.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Shake your hand and say, thank you for saving me from having an inspector come and telling me everything that's wrong that I got to do. Now I know this is what I have to do. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm looking to protect my investment.
Yep.
Section 8. Do a lot of Section 8 properties. There's a lot of landlords that I know that don't like doing Section 8. Why? Because every year a Section 8 inspector will come and inspect your home. They do it every year. Why? To make sure that you're providing good quality housing to the tenant.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of landlords, that's why they don't like Section 8. They're like, oh my gosh, these inspectors are going to write up all this stuff and tell me everything I'm going to do. Again, you know how I look at it? I get a free annual inspection.
Yep.
Go ahead and catch the stuff for me and tell me what I got to do.
Yep.
And then I'll correct all those items. And let me tell you, it's a lot easier to correct 5 or 7 things each year, minor things, as opposed to not doing anything. And then all of a sudden, 10 years goes by and you have big problems because you allowed things to deteriorate and you didn't handle.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And if you don't know
glass is half full.
and if you don't know what Section 8, I recommend you to check this video, because we have a lot of content related with it, so you understand. If you're from Canada, if you're from Mexico, you have no clue. That's the thing. And before we go inside, because we are melting over here, Diego, a lot of people think, oh, but there's a very big risk because of the hurricanes. They're going to damage these houses. Joe, this house, when it was built, probably 34 years ago, how many hurricanes have been through Florida? Several. And the house is still here. And one of the things that you mentioned, the protection that you're doing, that really helps the house to, you know, sustain winds and those kind of things. People is asking us.
Yeah, they always ask. Even with the parks we're buying, they're like, but what's the risk with hurricanes?
Yeah. So.
And the truth of the matter is, a natural disaster can happen almost anywhere.
Yeah.
But this is a home that was built in 1962. Yep. And here we are. It's a nice, solid home, and it just requires the maintenance. And I'm going to revert this question to you. So from a tax perspective, right? Okay. So you come out of pocket and you do these kinds of things that we're talking about, and it's protecting your investment. But then on the flip side, the tax advantages. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you might be coming out of pocket, but you get compensated. If you really look at it this way, you get compensated for protecting your investment.
Yeah. Let's talk about taxes and the materials inside.
Let's go. All right, so let's step in.
This is different than the other house that we went the other day.
Little different. This is what a finished product looks like.
This is the sexy part of the investment.
Oh, yeah. But don't get attached.
No.
For the purpose of this recording, I think what we should do is make very clear to everyone, let's walk through now what we do to a property and why we do what we do. Remember, in life, anything you do has to be done, if you want to achieve success, with intention and with purpose. Let's backtrack a little bit to when this property was purchased. This property was just remodeled now, and what you're seeing as we walk through the bedrooms and the showers, you're gonna be like, wow, this probably took like a month to do. It took them 7 days to get this property turned over.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm gonna tell you why. This property was purchased 11 years ago. This floor that you see here is 11 years old. When this property was first purchased, it was completely distressed. It had nasty green carpet. We could have changed the carpet and just put new carpet. There has been, in 11 years, there's been 3 different residents here. So you could do the math on how long the average person has
3-4 years
has stayed here, okay? Now, you imagine, after you have someone live in a property for 3 years, how good of a condition you think the floor would be if you have carpet?
Oh, destroy. Every 2-3 years you have to be replacing carpet. If you have kids, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this is a 4-bedroom house.
There are kids.
And you're dealing with Section 8. The guarantee for someone to have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath voucher, they got children.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no way that flooring is going to like stand up to the wear and tear of like children over an 11-year period.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we did, when this property was first remodeled, we completely changed the floor. This has now gone through 3 tenants. I don't know how well you can see it from camera, but you guys are able to see the condition of this floor. We've not ever had to do anything to this floor other than have a crew come in and clean it.
Yeah. And I thought you guys would just replace it. And no.
Yep. So, you know, there's some cracks that you see there, some minor little scuffs, but at the end of the day, over an 11-year period, look at how this has survived.
Oh yeah.
When you get a resident coming in and you're providing this kind of a property, their initial reaction is, look at this house.
We want it.
And they think, oh my gosh, you're doing this because you're appealing to a resident. Yes, we are in the business of providing good quality housing, but at the end of the day, we also have to be smart about our investment. We have to know that it withstands the test of time. But this is the reason why we put this kind of flooring.
Initially, how much would you save? Let's say that you will have carpet in here instead of this. How much would you save on carpet?
Good question.
I mean, if the first time you want to put carpet or this, how much extra you have to invest?
So if we had put carpet, and we wouldn't have put the cheapest of the cheap, because people, it doesn't look good. So you got to put a decent looking carpet with padding. To put this tile with labor and material cost just less than double the price.
Okay.
So initially, one might think, oh man, but I'm gonna spend almost double putting the flooring. Now let's assess this. In 11 years, we would have had to have changed the carpet 3 times.
So you save 50%.
We're still not changing this. So you tell me, it might have cost more at the very beginning, but then to your point, you get to save on tax and you can accelerate that depreciation.
Yeah.
Right? So ultimately, is it really costing you more?
Yeah. How much?
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, look, this floor here can easily probably withstand another 3 tenant turnovers.
Yeah, I was thinking
this
around.
This is why we do it.
So pretty much another 10 years.
Yes.
I was thinking good 20 years you can get out of this. And the carpet, you can get what, 3 years. So
Yeah.
you will replace like 6, close to 7 carpets before you have to replace this flooring.
Yeah. So investors that want to do this right and that work with us and want to build a portfolio, yes, this is why we spend the extra money from the onset, because you got to look at the end of the day, don't forget, this is an asset that is producing income for you.
Yeah.
So be smart about how it produces. Let that engine continue.
Yeah, just to make it clear, like on this house, we're gonna see the whole area, but how much money do you have to put on flooring? Something like this house, and we can compare in carpet, because I want to explain the tax advantage that you were mentioning.
So let's talk about. So this is a approximately 1620 square feet. Okay, so let's do some simple math here. This tile here with labor and material, let's say it would have cost $5.50 at the time. This is going back 11 years. Okay, so this probably would have cost to do this entire house. Mind you, we never did the bedrooms, and I'm going to show you what material we used in
the bedroom. There are differences,
but there are differences.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take that 1620 and actually divide that in half, because the bedrooms are like different flooring, the kitchen is different flooring,
Yep.
the bath is different flooring, and you got 810 square feet, and let's say at about $5, this would have cost you like $4,000 to lay all this flooring.
And let's say the carpet probably half, $2,000. Just
Okay.
to make a rough estimate, right?
Yes.
So you may say, oh, I have to invest $2,000. No, because the extra $2,000, let's say that you are in the 20% tax bracket. So $1,400 are gonna be taxes that the IRS is gonna pay for this, because you're gonna save them. So in reality, it just cost you $1,600.
Precisely.
That's the way that you have to think about these kind of investments.
Absolutely. Precisely. That's how to look at it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I've been an investor for 30 years. But the one thing I learned from my dad is don't ever think you know it all, and you don't ever stop learning. So in my 30 years, just because this is what I did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you still have to evolve. And materials have evolved and things have changed. So would we lay tile flooring nowadays? I wouldn't do this now. Because product and material has become better.
Yeah.
And there's much more durable stuff that is even less expensive. Case in point. Let's take a look at the kitchen. The kitchen, we never changed the floor. From the very beginning, it was like an old style looking floor that we said, you know what, let's minimize the expense. It looks decent. It was tile, a lot of wear and tear. The original floor that was here was probably from 1962. So after all these years and me not having ever done anything, it was about time to change this floor. When you look at this floor, you're like, this looks like a nice tile floor.
Yes.
Okay. This is what we call water resistant vinyl scratch free planks. It looks like a tile. It's pretty thick. It's very durable. You can slide the appliances back and forth. We've tested this stuff out. We've even taken some of this floor and submerged it in water for days because I wanted to like test the theory, right? You can spill stuff on this. You can move these heavy appliances. This floor here costs $2.99. This is much better quality than the actual porcelain that we use.
Yeah.
This is not bad. If you look at all this floor, it's withstood the test of time. But you get some little nicks here and there. This is going to be much more difficult for that kind of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no reason for me to change this floor because it's still perfectly fine. But if I had gone into a home that needed a complete rehab, I probably would have used this entire floor and extended it all throughout here. So material has evolved. And as an investor, you have to think long term. You have to think of the wear and tear of families, the longevity. the ROI, the tax implications. So
We also
yeah,
have to evolve ourselves.
we all have we all have to evolve. Now,
Yeah.
what does this look like to you?
Like marble.
Looks like marble. Okay. Most landlords either do nothing and just paint the wall, and then you got to constantly repaint and repaint and repaint.
Yeah.
Some landlords got a little smarter, and what they started doing to make it look nicer, they put tile backsplash.
Yes.
Okay, that was good. But then you start having the grout over time
Yeah.
deteriorate. You might have water penetrate. Then eventually, like on one of our properties, we discovered, oh, we had some mold behind there.
Yes.
We had to remove the entire thing.
Yeah.
This right here is PVC. How many times do you think I'm gonna ever have to replace this backsplash?
No, forget about it.
The resident that's moving in here for August 1st, when she saw this place, she was just like, wow, this is stunning. This is beautiful. We're like, yeah, look at this backsplash. She's like, I've never been in a home that had backsplash like that. It looks nice, but a resident also doesn't realize the reason we're doing it is we're also protecting the asset.
Yeah.
So we're actually hitting two birds with one stone.
No, and if you compare the kitchen with the other property that we have in this other video, man, I mean, the before and after is completely.
But something like this resident can live here for the next 3 years, 4 years. What we imagine we'll have to do is probably get a cleaner to come in here and wipe this down, and that's it. And we're good to go. Let's move on to the bathrooms. This is bathroom number 1. As you can see, same thing. Look at the flooring that we've now used in the bathroom. This can really withstand the wear and tear of children. Most landlords aren't necessarily thinking of the wear and tear. They're like, how cheaply can I get it done? Can I get this done so I can really maximize my ROI? Okay, not only did we put this here, there was a bathtub here with tiles. For the past 10 years, right, we've been tiling bathrooms. But again, you gotta reseal the grout. Then at the bottom, after a certain period of time, the grout, the tile starts to deteriorate. And we found in some of the places, my gosh, we got like mold. Well, here we go. This looks nice. This is all PVC. You think we're ever gonna have to change this again? There's no water that's gonna penetrate any grout lines here. We're not gonna have to do any sort of resealing. And look at this. This looks beautiful. So much so that I said, you know what, guys? Here's what I wanna do. Instead of just using it in the shower, let's actually have it go all along the bathroom. Do you think we're gonna ever have to paint this a second time? We're gonna have to change this floor. We're not gonna have to paint these walls. We gotta at least have some difference in color in a wall. But if it was up to me, I would go all the way around and never have to touch this bathroom ever again. But this is the kind of stuff that we're doing. This is a segment here on like materials. And in 30 years of doing it, we're sharing this experience with you guys to help you understand, as an investor, spend the money up front to protect your assets. Your tax deductions will more than make up for what you think is gonna cost more, and you're gonna have a strong, durable property that can withstand the wear and tear, and you're gonna have a very happy tenant. And if there's, let's say 5 or 10 properties that tenants are looking at, they're gonna pick yours. This floor is 11 years old. This is when the water-resistant vinyl planks first came out. Mm-hmm. We didn't want to put it throughout the house because we hadn't yet experienced it. So we're like, all right, let's just do the tile the way we normally do, and let's test this out in the bedrooms. 11 years. Take a look at the condition.
Yeah. Would you still use the same material?
Now there's even better. It's thicker. This is pretty decent. Like, you don't see too many scratch marks or stains. You see a little bit.
Very little.
Very little. But now the material that exists is even stronger and even better. So can you imagine? Now we start to use that material. Oh my gosh.
20 years and forget about it.
Yeah. I was probably one of the first to start using this kind of stuff. And landlords and investors were asking me for consultation. They're like, how do you prevent all this damage? Like, God, I have like, tenant turnover, and do you have to keep changing this stuff? I'm like, no, I'm constantly thinking about the wear and tear. It's not just, hey, can I increase the rent? And how quickly can I turn it over? I'm thinking, how much longer can I make the stuff last? I'm thinking of, if there were 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 kids, how rough can they be on this material and still withstand that? So that's how I'm looking at it.
When I talk to investors, I always tell them, you made your business through the years. No business gave you the money overnight. So this is the same thing. You gotta wait. You gotta wait and think long term.
We used to put fans. We stopped putting fans. Kids hanging on blades. Don't even ask me how they can break blades, but it happens, right? And then what's the biggest thing that investors that want to invest in real estate, what's probably their biggest complaint? I don't want to get a call at 9 o'clock at night to change a light bulb.
Yeah.
Neither do I. Neither does my maintenance team. Neither does my management company. Welcome to LED. There's no light bulb to change here.
Yeah.
You don't have to like screw anything in. And that is going to last years and years and years. And we don't have to be worried about changing light bulbs. It might seem like a small little thing, but you're saving on the expense of having to send out maintenance there. It's not the light bulb that costs, it's the labor intensive stuff that really builds up. So all the stuff that we're talking about, from like major to like minor, it all adds up. It's all things that savvy, smart investors have to think about. So like really, truly, you're really maximizing your ROI.
Yep.
Okay, here's a room. Let's take a look at this. What does it look like to you guys? Concrete block.
Yeah.
Okay. This part was an addition.
Oh.
Not an addition that I built, an addition that someone built. These doors weren't here. These doors weren't here. This was just wall, and there is a bathroom behind this, okay? This was just additional like living space. There's a living room there. I don't know if they use this for like dining room. I don't know what the purpose was, but here's what we figured. Let's say this is a Section 8 property. With Section 8, if this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, you're probably getting anywhere between $2,500 to $2,700, depending on like, how well you finish it. As a 4-bedroom home, because you have an additional bedroom, now you're getting anywhere between $2,900 and $3,300. You could be getting an extra $300 to $400 a month, which could equate to an extra just almost $5,000 a year. Okay, what did we do? We decided, I'm like, I want to convert this into a bedroom. So we put these doors. There was nothing, this was not here, okay? It was just open space. And I'm like, I want you guys to put doors here because in order for it to be considered a bedroom, you have to have doors. Yeah. Okay? The other thing is, guys, that bathroom that we're about to go into, it doesn't need to be that big. So let's break through, because in order to be considered a bedroom, you also have to have closets.
Yeah.
Okay. So we built closet space. As you can tell, this was not originally a closet because you don't have a phone line. Diego wouldn't know this because he's young.
Yeah.
But this is what you call phone lines. This is what we used to do.
At the dinosaurs area, there were phones corded like that.
We actually had to like plug the lines into here. Okay, so look how simple this conversion here to break through, to put in the flooring, I think probably end up costing at the very beginning, maybe like $7,000 to like $7,000 to $8,000 to like redo the bathroom. Let's say it even costs $10,000 nowadays.
2 years, you get your money back, or less.
And in 1 year, you've already recouped half of what it cost you. This is what smart investors, they're also looking to like not only stabilize an asset, but how do I take what's existing and maximize my
But you
ROI
save
even
on
further?
taxes as well, because probably
Yes.
$15,000 of those 10,000, you're gonna save them on taxes.
There you go. So
Everything is deductible the very first year.
this was a converted into a closet, and they got a plug, they got a phone line, they got a light switch,
You can do stuff in there.
whatever you need in your closet. So what we decided is, okay, those are 3 smaller bedrooms. This will be the master bedroom.
Yeah.
And then what did we do here? This is a great size bathroom. There was no need for it to be that big. So we did closets, converted this into a bathroom. This did not go this far. So they just put this window in here. And there was a small little stand-up shower, which was crazy because you had a big bathroom and then this small little shower. So we removed the small little shower and then extended it all the way to here, and then PVC, and it looks like it's marble.
Yeah, it looks like marble.
Looks like it's marble tile. The tenant that walked in here absolutely loved it. Please, can I take it? Now, here's what you want. You do not want to be the one convincing tenants that this
Yeah.
is a house for them. You want to have a lineup of tenants saying, please, I really want to rent that house. All right, well, I mean, we'll see who the most qualified is and, what's the most that we can get out of it. But that's what you want. So it looks like we're doing it because we're going to have like competition with whoever wants the home. And that's just a byproduct of what happens. But really and truly, we're maximizing ROI. And
Over the
we're
years.
putting material that can really withstand the test of time. I mean, that's essentially what we're doing.
Yep. Make decisions long term, like every smart business owner. So that's what we're doing here. If you're interested on property like this, if you want to invest with us, we have extremely good located houses in very good neighborhoods, distressed homes that need remodeling, but smart remodeling so you can make your money long term. So many opportunities, Diego. If you want to get into this, you gotta become a member. So this is Buy in America. If you want to get into our group, we're investing together in these kind of properties.